Team Marker, Baby Girl review, guys. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Aka Ryan680.
I'm Angela Caliamch.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. You know what to do, guys. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to us on our Alamo City Movie Talk page. And thank you for making us a part of your day. Let's get right to it. Last but not least, we got a few more reviews coming out before the end of the year, so this will knock out. Hopefully we get them we'll get them released by this coming weekend after Christmas and everything. So this will be our last weekend of movies we saw of 2024, and then we'll start talking about our top 5 or top 10. We're still negotiating what's the top 10, top 5 movies of 2024. We'll do that in January coming up. But let's get right to it. What are we talking about today, Angela?
We are talking about Baby Girl.
Baby Girl, okay. Yeah.
Baby Girl is a 2024 erotic thriller film written and directed by Helena Rain. The story centers on Rami Mathis, portrayed by Nicole Kidman. She's a high-powered CEO in New York City who embarks on a forbidden romance with her significantly younger intern, Samuel, played by Harris Dickinson.
Spicy.
The film delves into the complexities of power dynamics and sexuality within a professional setting. So, Ryan, right off the bat, I know you were really excited because we are huge fans of Nicole Kidman. Like, anything she's in, she never disappoints. She's a powerhouse. She's a force to be reckoned with. She just has this magic on screen. So I knew as soon as we saw her on this movie, we were in. So did this movie live up to your expectations of, the cast and how it was going to go? What did you think?
So I got to say, first and foremost, before getting into this, I do want to really recognize, yes, Nicole Kidman, she's a fantastic, wonderful actress. We've seen her so many different movies, so many different TV shows. I've seen her so much stuff. I really have. And she's always had this acting caliber that's just great. First and foremost, I do want to say I want to recognize 2 veteran actors, not just Nicole Kidman, of course, but also Antonio Banderas is in here as well. He's fantastic in here. I'm happy to see him just continue acting. I love him when he does these supporting roles.
We haven't seen him in a while, so I like it. I like seeing his face again.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's the nostalgia version of him, but anyways, okay, so did this movie meet my expectations? I'm still on the fence of yes and no, and I'm gonna tell you why. So first and foremost, this movie starts off, when we talk about Game of Thrones season 1, let's be honest here, Game of Thrones season 1, it's kind of slow, right? But there's a lot of sex scenes in there. There is. Let's be honest here. Let's bring out the facts here.
The first 2 seasons.
Yeah. In this movie, there's a lot of sex scenes in here.
Well, quite a bit. Erotic thriller.
Yeah, erotic thriller and very erotic moments, very fetish moments in here, if you will. And so one of the things I do want to point out is, yes, when the very first scene opens, there is a rowdy sex scene in here and everything. And I got to give it to Nicole Kidman for pulling some of these scenes off, because a lot of the scenes that people do not realize. And I saw an interview with her and Zendaya, and it's a very vulnerable state, because where you're at, especially those scenes, especially with the cameras are straight on you,
and
especially
you have a lot of people. You're on set with tons of crew, and
you're very naked, or in those, or you have to enact essentially, or maybe I don't know. There's a lot of vulnerability there, and it's a lot of a risk. Same thing was I loved how I saw them actor on actress variety does every year. And so one of the things I do want to say is that in this movie, yes, there's vulnerability here. There's a story that's to be reckoned with, because of the fact that yes, she is a CEO, and yes, there is a scandal, if you will, because of the fact that she is sleeping with one of the interns.
Yeah,
part of that.
Not just someone in her company, but an intern.
Yes, they're in his early 20s, mid 20s, around there. And so the fact is that knowing that she's a woman of power, a woman in this world, a woman of power, a woman that's the CEO, very looked upon, and it sucks because one of the things is that she's involved with, of course, is that. And so you really follow this story. You follow Nicole Kidman's lifestyle. She has a family. She has a husband. And her husband does a lot of passion projects, a lot more passion stuff. And so you get to see their chemistry together. Their chemistry together was very good. It was very on point. There's a lot of scenes in here where it's very believable. Their family style is very believable. The kids a little bit spoiled, but whatever. And A24 does a good job as far as like marketing for this movie. I felt like the trailers got me interested. I was definitely entertained. I was definitely interested. I was definitely looking forward to this movie. So already A24 sold me on that. And plus it's A24, you know, what the heck? It's beautiful. They always come out with beautiful cinema for the most part every year. But as far as performance goes, I'm going to say this movie, I'm on the fence. It's not great as I expected. It's not. I went in with high expectations because of the fact it's A24 for one. For two, it's Nicole Kidman, Antonio Banderas, and I expected more out of it. I expected more of a thriller. I expected more of a story arc, if you will. And we don't really get that in a sense. But anyways, talking, Ryan. Angela, what did you think of this movie? Did it meet expectations on a woman's perspective because of the fact that this is a woman-based CEO, woman with CEO, and coming from a woman's side, you're like, what the heck? Now, the only time we get a woman CEO, now she's in a scandal. So like, what did you think of this movie?
Let me preface this by saying that erotic movies, erotic thrillers, this type of genre is not my cup of tea.
You just don't like it.
I just don't like it. It's a preference thing. You know, it is what it is. But I was all in for this because of the cast. Yeah. You know, I wanted to see Nicole Kidman. Like I said, anything that she's been in doesn't disappoint me. And although I'm not disappointed by the film, I didn't love it, like you say, as much as I wanted to. Yeah. I don't know if it's just the genre, but I felt like the overall take for her, like you say, that her character arc, her story arc, I didn't like where it went. Like it felt like it could have gone a different direction, and I just didn't like the way it ended. Also, I kind of like the way it ended. I just didn't like it. It
felt not to get erotic, it felt unfulfilled.
Kind of. Okay, sure. But yeah, like there's just something missing about her character arc. Now, not to say it has nothing to do with Nicole Kidman's performance. She did phenomenal. She's bouncing as always. I mean, even Harris Dickinson, who plays Samuel, I think he did such a stellar job. Like their chemistry together, bouncing off each other was fantastic.
Too real.
But I don't know. I just didn't like her character, like the way her character was. She's a woman in a big position of power. It's truly revolutionary in this industry, you know, and it was really cool to see that on stage. But I just didn't like the way her character, and of course, everyone has their fetishes. Everyone has their fantasies.
Yeah, why not?
But
enjoy.
Totally fine. But I don't know. I just didn't like her character arc. I didn't like the way it ended. I wanted it to be, you know, better. But again, that's just me. Erotic thrillers aren't my cup of tea. Am I disappointed by the film? Not necessarily. But you know what? My overall takeaway is that it's just okay. It's an okay film. If you have other options to see this movie in theaters, I'd probably see what else is out there first before seeing this. But that's to say I would not see it. If you're into this kind of films, if you're into the thriller aspect, definitely go for it. But me personally, I probably wouldn't see this again.
You know, I'm gonna say I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm gonna say if you are a moviegoer this coming weekend and you're gonna go see a film, you got Nosferatu, you got this one. I would say if you're comparing the two, we're comparing it by release dates. I would go see I would not go see Nosferatu if you're not into like that horror elements, because I know it's not for everybody. I would suggest go see this movie because this at the end of the day, yes, it does knock on, I guess, sort of womanhood in a way. I don't know. It for me, now that I think about it even more, for me, it wasn't convincing. Like, why would this one kid be the one person that like
has a hold on her? Like, I don't like. I don't know
how. Like
I don't understand.
If she had an addiction where she was sleeping with the younger guys, or like had already a pre-resumptual relationship with another guy, that would be more convincing. Why is it all of a sudden, oh, this intern comes and then boom, it just doesn't feel convincing to me.
But even then, like I don't. Maybe it's just because I don't understand the power dynamic, and that's the whole point of it. It's to explore this power dynamic. You have this beautiful, successful, wealthy CEO. She's built this company into what it is. Yep. And something is unfulfilled, and she has this completely opposite power dynamic with this intern who is just trying to get totally different. And again, it's not
convincing.
Well, it's not just that. It's just.
I think if she was being more dominant in the bedroom, it would be very convincing.
It's just a whole bunch of power dynamics. People have their own fetishes, their own fantasies.
Pegging's a thing. Yeah, we're talking about that. We're having Alamo City sex talk right now.
Gosh, no, I just think of the joke from Deadpool where he's like, Disney's not, pegging's not new to me, but it is for Disney.
Yeah, it is funny. To Disney. Oh, and what was it? It was
Deadpool movie.
No, but it was Women's Day. When was it? International Women's Day or? Remember the holiday that he did that? Yeah. I forgot what it was. National Women's Day.
Something like that.
Yeah,
he was funny.
That was funny.
Deadpool's funny. Yeah. But anyways, like I said, I just maybe the overall takeaway from it, I don't know. I didn't like seeing a woman of power want to be submissive like that. But again, everyone has their own different power dynamics. Yeah. Not to knock on Nicole's performance. Again, the cast did great. Yeah. Some of the shots were pretty cool looking.
It was okay.
Overall, though, it was just an okay movie for me. And I personally would rather see Nosferatu again than see this movie again.
Okay, all right. I don't know. I have to completely disagree with you there. I would totally see this movie again over Nosferatu. But anyways, let's go to ratings, Angela. What are you going to rate this film? I'll let you go first. I'll let you do the honors. Women first. Rating 1 out of 10. 10 be the highest when you give this rating. Because you gave Nosferatu a low rating.
I gave it a 4.
Yeah, so what are you going to do this one?
I'm only giving this film a 5. Only because Nicole Kidman is fantastic.
And it's A24, of course.
Fantastic. A24. Yeah. Fantastic. That is the only reason why I'm giving it a 5. But I will say, given the chance, I would rather see Nosferatu than Baby Girl again. I'm sorry. Again, the genre is not my cup of tea.
That's true. That's fair.
I didn't like the character arc. I didn't like the story, the way it went, how it ended. Yeah. Overall, the pieces, the flow, it flowed. Oh, it had some moments where it kind of dragged a little bit. Yeah. Overall, I think it was just an okay film. Cinematography was okay. So average of a 5, like I said, and that's only because I think Nicole's performance really shone.
I agree. I agree with your the reasons why and everything. I love that. Okay, so rating 1 out of 10, 10 be the highest. I'm gonna have to give this a solid 5.5. I'm gonna go 0.5. Maybe I'll round it up to a 6. I don't know. We'll see. But this will definitely not make my top 5 or my top 10 of the year. It definitely won't. It sucks. No, it sucks. Yeah, it sucks how A24 hasn't really been like this year's kind of been like a little bit of a lump, but we still have, check out our other review guys coming out later this by Friday. We'll have the Brutalist review, which is phenomenal cinema. Anyway, we'll talk about that movie on the next review. But going back to this, I'm gonna give it a solid 5.5. Again, I really enjoyed, like you already said, to really to go on with Nicole Kidman again. She's phenomenal. She's a stellar actress, and one of the things I do want to recognize, as always, and of course, is yes, those are sex scenes and everything. But you got to remember, though, a lot of people are vulnerable at those times, at the most vulnerable moments. Especially when it comes to like the camera work, the way cinema, the way the movie sets are. There's like so many people surrounded by you and everything. And you have to really act like it's just you and another person, or you by yourself, even though you have like 50 people watching you. So it's like, there's a vulnerability there. People can be like, oh, she wants to do just sex scenes. No, there's a vulnerability here. And I feel like that even when Nicole Kidman, she's done quite a bit of sex scenes on camera, but
she's done a lot of roles without it. So
exactly. And so like Big Little Lies, I know there's a few sex scenes in there, but regardless though, she does a stellar performance on the drama takes, on the really dialogue that she does. She has a presence on camera, just like other actors and actresses, and they really keep the film entertaining and they keep the film going for me. I do. I enjoyed it.
And shout out to Harris Dickinson.
Yes, Harris Dickinson. He was good. I don't know. It wasn't believable to me. Just the way he looked, I don't know. I expected Hollywood to get someone more like Austin Butler or Zac Efron. I was kidding.
Austin Butler's not even old. Okay, whatever.
Whatever.
I know he's been in other stuff. The thing that jumped out at me, firstly was where the crawdads sing. Yeah. So I remembered him from there, and
I forgot he was in there.
Yeah. So it was cool to see him again. I think he did, like I said, him and Nicole on screen together was really great. He himself did such a great job portraying this character. Again, I kind of agree with you. Is it believable? What about this intern? How did he have this grip on her? That was kind of like the postulating question, like how? Yeah. But again, love, lust, desire, it has crazy effects on people. So it does. And this is actually the directorial debut for a big
movie and everything. Helena.
Helena Reed?
Yeah, Helena Ray. I gotta admit, we need more women directors. We need more women's perspective.
Yes.
And I, overall, this is not a bad movie. This is just like, again, average film. I can't wait to see what else she's gonna put out, because again, this is the opening to where like I can get more projects, I could do more work, I can add more films to my resume and everything. So I'm for it. I'm for her just making movies like this. Yes, this may not have been the most masterpiece ever of the cinema, but who knows? Maybe the next one will be for her, and I can't wait to see that movie, and I can't wait to see the next project and the next, and so forth and so forth. Because we need more women directors, we need more storytellers. Go direct for Warner Brothers and do a James Gunn movie. That's all. Here we go.
No.
I'm anticipating James Gunn will hire a woman director, just because someone who's different, we need that. We need more women directors.
Perspectives, Hollywood.
Exactly.
We need
fresh perspectives. Yes. All right, guys. Thank you so much for making this a part of your day. If you have not already, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and thank you for making this a part of your day. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. aka Ryan680.
I'm Angela, that Kelly Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. See you at the movies. Latest.